Let me repeat that. The Constitution, that book we wrote in 2013, says 2 terms and you're out. Like a football match, and you don't get a third half because you own the stadium. But the 2030 movement is pushing for an extension, and while the provincial chairpersons are shouting from the rooftops, there is one man who has been remarkably silent and quiet. And yes, we all know who we are talking about. We are talking about the general. The general silence is so loud, it's triggered car alarms in Borodale. It's strategic, heavy. I know where the keys are. Kind of silence in Zimbabwe. When a leader is silent, he's either sleeping, praying, or counting his tanks. And I don't think General Chiwenga is napping. This shift in loyalties marks the most significant threat to the status quo since the year 2017. The Lacoste and the military wings were a choir singing the same song. Today, they are not even in the same building. The general refusal to endorse the ED2030 slogan isn't just a lapse in memory. It's a veto. Now, let's talk about the soul of the party. The war veterans. The war vets. The war veterans. These are the men and women. These are the men and the women who didn't just join the revolution. They built it. And right now, they are feeling like architects who were not invited to the housewarming party. The liberation struggle is the moral currency of Zimbabwe, but right now that currency is experiencing hyperinflation. The veterans look at the new dispensation and they don't see the revolution they fought for. They see a VIP lounge they can't afford to enter. The clandestine meetings. Our reports show meetings happening in the shadows between liberation stalwarts and the military intelligence loyalists, and the grievance, economic exclusion, the betrayal, the perceived civilization of the party's core. The veterans are leveraging their grassroots influence. They are going to the provinces and saying 2030, I thought we were fighting for 1980. They are the ones who hold the historical legitimacy. The historical legitimacy card. And they are about to play it. Look at the command structure. We have seen shifts in mid-level command. These are the colonels and the brigadiers who grew up under the general's wing. What happens when the traditional military wing starts looking sideways at the newly formed elite security units? What happens when the men with the history start clashing with the men with the new suits? Internal reports suggest a cooling of relations. It's like a bad break-up where both people are still living in the same house and both of them own a lot of heavy machinery. The weaponization of historical legitimacy is the new battlefield. They aren't saying the incumbent is bad. They are saying he is straying from the path. Follow the money and follow the money. Always follow the money. The elite business interests, the shadow cabinet, are the most sensitive barometers in the country. They can smell change in power before the wind even blows. Our local tycoons are like us. They don't have loyalty when they have calculated proximity. And right now, many are starting to sit a little closer to the general side of the fireplace. The failure of the recent currency reforms hasn't just hurt your pocket. It provided the opposition within the party with populist ammunition. You can't ask for extension to 2030 when people can't even afford 2026. So, where does this leave us? This upcoming National Policy Conference isn't going to be a meeting. It's going to be a way in. A realization that the 2030 push is too costly, leading to a managed succession. The escalated confrontation, a high-stakes standoff where the civilian wing doubles down, forcing the military's hand. And the final verdict, this veteran mobilization redefines the boundaries of stage power. It proves that in the post-Mnangagwa era, you cannot rule by slogan alone. You need the boots, you need the history, and most importantly, you need the consent of those who hold the guns. Zimbabwe isn't at a crossroads. We have been at the crossroads for years. We are currently at a high-speed roundabout, and the general just put his indicator on. Have a good day, Zimbabwe. Keep your eyes open and your radios tuned. General Chiwenga. Big up to Mkunda, Marcus Watson's, Somi Mago, everybody was watching us live. Enough respect. Big up Sonny Mago. Yes, I am. And Marcus Watson's.